Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Taffel, and today we are doing another episode of UF DPM's Extension Talks. Today we have Dr. Silvana Paula-Moraes as our guest. So, Dr. Paula-Moraes, can you start by introducing yourself today?
My name is Silvana. I am an assistant professor in University of Florida since 2016. I have 7% research, 30% teaching appointment, but I also get involved in a lot of activities in extension because it's a natural extension of my research work. I am based on West Florida Research Education Center, have the cultivation of the row crops. My specialty is working with Lepidoptera pests, integrated pest management tools for these insects, and also insect resistant management to insecticides, and also transgenic plants expressing Bt toxins from the Bacillus thuringiensis.
Glad to have you here today. So, can you tell us a little bit about the history of your extension program and its goals?
My major appointments relate with research, right? But since the very beginning of my professional career that started in Brazil before I moved into University of Florida, and even during my PhD in Nebraska, I always understood that research, the kind of research that I do is applied research. So really need to be connected with the demands that the farmers and stakeholders had in the agroecosystem relate with pests. So since my undergrad in Brazil, I participate in several field days, especially providing knowledge for farmers about pest identification, management decisions, right, based on sampling, about the impact of the pest. In Nebraska, the same way, I did most of my research was associated with a pest that was a kind of new pest in the region, but I translated my work in an app that now is used by farmers in order to sampling the pest, identify the pest, and make management decisions. In Florida, since December 2016, when I arrived here, and I'm the first field crop entomologist in the station, I visit several fields. I talk to farmers, extension agents. This is a connection that I keep going because it's really important in order to learn what is going on, what needs to be better explained, and what kind of solutions, technological solutions, farmers need from me, and also other agri professionals like consultants, etc. So my extension program has been based on identify the demands of research, performing this research, and coming back with technical publications like ads. Right now, my program house, we are just about to launch an app with for pest identifications, pest identification of pests associated with cotton in the Florida, and it is based in research. We have been performing the region, identify the prevalence of natural enemies, the pests that we have in the systems, cultivated with cotton, and now we will be providing this information, also translating an app that I hope will be helpful to farmers. So I don't know if I answer all your question, but basically this is my extension program based on.
That's good. So that's really interesting. So can you go a little more in depth about that research that's going on right now, or if there's any other research that's going on?
I have several research. I highlight here, we have been documenting the occurrence of different species associated with row crops. For example, in cotton, as I mentioned, we did a pheromone trapping for 2 years, year-round pheromone trapping in cotton, but also in peanut, in commercial fields with strong support from farmers and extension educators in order to better document it, the phenology of occurrence of different lepidopters, economy lepidopters like fall armyworm, cornworm, and soybean looper. One of the results that I highlight that we have just submitted a manuscript, and now we are working on extension publication, was to document how much cross attraction we have in the soybean looper pheromone trapping of other species of Pluzini, because they do not have a big separation with this pheromone formulation. And doing this research, we have been able to learn about which species. We have done an inventory of species cross-attracted, of Pluzinis cross-attracting soybean looper, and also identified one species, especially Oxagramma, that is a species that fly around the same time that soybean looper, can be a source of misidentification to farmers. So right now we are putting together extension publication in order to provide better guidelines for farmers when trapping soybean looper in the region, and what they should be looking in order to put apart what is soybean looper and what is Oxagramma. That is not really an economy pass in our system. Besides that, we have been doing a lot of documentation of the susceptibility to insecticides in the region to different pests. We documented the first resistance case of beet armyworm to diamide. I have a PhD student now doing more investigation, especially using molecular tools to identify the mechanism of resistance associated with that. And one last aspect of my research that I also have been investing is also improving technology of management of pests. We have done some larval movement study in order to document, for example, soybean looper in peanut canopy, and how we can improve target with insecticides using different technology of spray.
So definitely keeping busy. So how has this impacted the community, or how has this impacted the farmers that you've talked about?
Well, I still in process. It is a relative new program, right? What I see a lot of the farmers are really receptive to us visiting their fields. They really understand the importance of the pheromone trapping we have been performing. I didn't mention it, but we also trapping the invasive species that is still not present in the United States, but it's really important, Helicobacter parmigera, that is already present in South and Central America. We have been trapping them. They understand the contribution for that. Besides that, there is another side of the outreach activities. My program has been extremely active before the pandemic, hosting events, especially bringing kids from schools, high schoolers. And I feel that this is an important part of the program because we can provide knowledge to the community about science using insects, because I think insects, they are great to be used, right, in this kind of dissemination of scientific information. So yeah, this is two aspects that I highlight as important.
So how can students get involved with this?
You mean students from UF? I have had students working in my lab, undergrad. I have grad students. I even already start hosting. I hope I will have a chance to host more students from DPM program, because I think that I feel that they can have exposition to different agroecosystems that now here is more about row crops, cotton, peanut, corn, and some soybean that we have in the state. And undergrads, they work in my program as OPS, right? I have been training several undergrad students. They have been even participating in scientific meetings, win awards of their work. So I feel that we have been provided, and I say we because it's not only about me. I have my postdoc and my grad students, PhD students also involved in this mentoring program that we try to keep going here.
Awesome. And to finish up, do you have any advice for students who are getting into research or trying to get involved with extension work?
I think University of Florida is a great place for you, that if you really want to go to the extension career, because the structure of the university is really, the support is amazing. I feel that because in my case, with 7% research, I have so much resource available, and extension part of the university is always willing to help, to collaborate with me. I'm talking about the extension agents that we have in different regions. So find out what are you interested in and contact people, because I certainly know you will have some chance even to be involved in some extension events or get together and work together for a while with extension agents and even extension specialists, right? That there are several research stations in the state that they can also provide opportunities for training and internship. Yeah, it is amazing. And the diversity that we have in Florida is also something really nice. And students should consider that because we have so many different systems. If you look south of Florida, if you look north of Florida, we have vegetables, we have row crops, we have fruits, we have so many things. In entomology, we have people work with mosquitoes, right? Invasive species. So there are a lot of opportunities there. Try to find what you're looking for, what you're interested in, and I certainly know you will find a way to get engaged.
All right, well, thank you very much for zooming in today to share all this information. And that's all we have for today. So thank you for taking the time to watch our episodes and stay tuned for more.